I don't know what mixed baby needs to hear this, but it's okay if you drop your white mom. It is. There are so many white mothers who sit here and they have mixed babies and then they literally destroy us.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren
and I'm Maureen.
So in today's episode, I feel like this discussion is well overdue, one that needs to be heard but is often overlooked. What do we mean by this? Let's watch this video and then you come back and talk about it.
My mom, ever since I was little, has been calling black women disgusting and loud and dirty and arrogant and ghetto, and for some reason she fails to realize that I am the same woman that she is talking about. She fails to realize that there's no difference between us. The only difference is the slightly lighter complexion. That's it. Y'all sit here as white women and you have black and brown and Asian children, and then you literally talk about us like we can't hear you. You talk about how we're disgusting and how we leech off the government and how we're not even from America and how we don't even need to have protests for things because everyone's created equal in the first place, but then you date white supremacists and bring them into our own fucking houses. And you expect us to be comfortable. I don't get how y'all can pretend that your kids don't hear you and then be absolutely baffled when they finally do. And they finally don't want to be around you.
So I also have a white mom, and whether or not you other half-breeds want to digest it and understand it and take accountability for it is the fact that having a white mom is different than having a black mom, socially and psychologically. When people say that mixed kids with black moms are different than mixed kids with white moms, they're talking about the fact that mixed kids with black moms typically tend to not grow up to be coons and colorists. And where do coon and colorist ideologies derive from? These ideologies didn't just come from nowhere. Who's teaching these kids these things? I'm so tired of saying it, but there are more racist white moms than y'all want to believe.
Hey black moms, I got you for a minute. Sit this one out. Hey yo, white moms, stop having biracial kids. You is funny as fuck to run your mouth all over this app talking about that. Knee slapper, can we talk about how my granddaddy disowned my mom after she had the first of us? Can we talk about how my own mother called me racist towards white people because of Breonna Taylor? At least a black mother would have known how to do my hair properly and given a shit. I am definitely not the prize to the skin fetish you had with my father. You know, at least a black mother would not have invalidated any experiences I had in school with being bullied for my skin color or for looking the way I look. I feel like my black mama would have come up and beat a fourth grader's ass when they called me the N-word. Stop worrying about black moms. They are not failing with the biracial kids as much as you are, okay?
So I grew up with a white mom who did not care. Like, she'll let me run around like looking musty, dirty, did not help me with my hair, did not do none of that, did not discipline me, nothing like that. She let my white side of the family put relaxers in my hair, straighten my hair whenever they wanted to make it look better. Told me that I could not go to the high school that I worked so hard to get into because the black girls there would be jealous of me and want to fight me all the time. She'll say things like, oh, it's so ghetto there now because of those people. Oh, those black people make that restaurant so ghetto. Like, seriously? She also makes very passive aggressive, like racist stereotype comments about black people. And honestly, it just like, it hurts my heart because it's like, how could you have raised 8 black children and then have a biracial child and you proceed to still have these notions on black people and you proceed to talk like this and act like this? It's crazy to me. And 9 times out of 10, it's always those white moms who are like, oh, I'm not racist. It's not me. I'm not one of those white people. I have black children. That are the racist ones.
Us biracial kids with the white moms are the most problematic.
No, but can we talk about how us biracial folks, that's me, with white moms can be the most problematic because a lot of times our white mothers will expect us to take on identities that reflect their own because the sacrifice of motherhood is so severe that they kind of want their biracial black presenting children to reflect their white experience. And I think a lot of folks like me frankly are just unwilling to challenge their mothers and say like, I love you, but you are wrong. I love you, but my experience is different. And I love you, but I refuse to carry beliefs that are going to be violent towards other members of the Black community, because I love my Blackness too much to hold those beliefs, right? And that will cause like a rift with some family members, and has for me, but I would never take it back, because I don't want to be one of those people who holds us back.
I'm gonna need y'all white parents of biracial kids to listen in real quick. I'm gonna give you fair warning, this might be an uncomfortable conversation, but it's necessary. A lot of y'all's kids have complexes and identity issues, and it's not because they have a white parent. It's because a lot of y'all chose to have biracial kids before you unpacked your internalized racism and anti-Blackness. It's because a lot of y'all have biracial children without learning enough about the Black experience to guide your child through a Black experience. To guide them through a world that is inherently anti-Black. Cutting off your racist family members is not all it takes to raise a biracial kid. In fact, that doesn't even come close to the bare minimum.
Wow, guys. So, until this episode, me as an African, I've never really looked at the plight of biracial people in this sense. I've never even considered that biracial people had that kind of problem, especially when it comes to biracial kids of white moms versus biracial kids of Black moms. Right. I've never really thought that a biracial kid would have issues with their mom in this sense. Yeah, because when Kim Kardashian and the whole Kardashian clan, when they had their Black babies, it became quite a trend and fashionable for white moms to want Black babies, And my thinking was, since they're moms, maybe they would go out of their way to learn how to make their babies' hairs. They'd go out of their way to learn how to protect their Black babies, and they'd go out of their way to learn the Black culture and struggles of a Black community, more so solely because of their Black babies. But this is not happening. And the funny thing is, it's coming from these biracial kids themselves. They're telling these white women, who have white moms. Them, in their opinion, they'd rather have Black mom as biracial kids. They'd rather have Black moms as opposed to having white moms. Yeah, and what I can say is, do you know how beautiful it is for such children to have Black women? Because like this one are saying, their mothers never go out to defend them when someone calls them the N-word. But why do you think it's so imperative for the Black parent to go and defend their kid who is being biracial and is being called the N-word? Because in the Black history, they've been called the N-word ever since the slavery days. So nobody wants a white supremacist calling you or your baby a N-word, and that is why Black parents who have biracial babies will go out of their way to protect this baby by informing or letting the person who calls them the N-word, they are wrong. Yeah, and this is where I say, please, our Black men in our audience, please forgive me if this is going to come off as offensive, because I do not mean for it to be offensive. This is where I say some Black men in our community really fail us, because they're those good men who really take care of their children. Don't get me wrong, but there's that breed of Black men who have fetish with, getting it on with white women, and then the kind of character this white woman has and the impact it will have on your baby. So what would we advise? If you already know the character of a woman you have a baby with, make it a point to be in your baby's life so that you can protect them, especially when it comes to racial issues, because this kid won't ever find a Black perspective if you don't show her, him or her, a Black perspective, at least not from their white mom. And when we go on to reference Kim and Kanye, because that is the most famous case of biracial relationship and babies that we get to see, because their life is literally on TV. I don't think, even when you're looking at this situation, Kanye has much control over how his kids are brought up. Yeah, and I feel like Kim is definitely one of those moms. I don't mean to judge, and I'm not judging, but I feel like she's definitely one of those moms who says they're not racist, right? And but who's make little comments, and who is going to raise their babies in their own, that image that these girls are talking about, forgetting that this kid is half Black. And there's this thing that they normally say, the one drop rule. You are not a white person if you have a drop of if you look
Other
at that,
colors in
exactly, you are not a white person, so you don't call yourself white. I don't know how true that is. You guys let us know. But for black people, you will be called a black person, even if it look at Meghan Markle.
Even if you're as light as Meghan Markle. And this is why these kids are saying, some of them are saying, those brought up by white women end up growing up with a lot of issues. So you guys picture this, right? Let us reference back to Kim Kardashian and her kids because of the one drop rule, right? So these kids, they grow up in white privilege. They don't know about their black history because they are really predominantly being raised by their white side of the family. And then one day, this kid, God forbid, this very spoiled kid is cruising in her very luxurious vehicle, and she meets a cop from Georgia who doesn't have time to see TV or doesn't follow TV. Because believe it or not, you guys, much as Kim Kardashian is famous, there are people who don't know who Kim Kardashian is. Look at the television program, The Plathvilles, for instance. They didn't even know who Justin Bieber was, you know,
and they were young kids of
the age that should have known who Justin Bieber is. Anyway, that's beside the point. Northwest meets a white cop from Georgia who's never seen the reality show Keeping Up with the Kardashian, you know, to know that Northwest is a Kardashian. And then this cop stumbles into this young, beautiful black woman who's driving a fancy car that it would take this man a lifetime to acquire just the amount of money that this vehicle costs. And then because of his racist tendencies, this girl faces her first racial incident. You know, this girl will start acting out to her white mom, and this will bring a strain in their relationship because the white mom never made it a point to school this black kid on
things that like this could happen. But why did they? Because she also doesn't understand
the struggles of a black person.
Yeah, so you know, she's being stopped by a cop, and what will happen? She's gonna be given the full black treatment. It won't matter if you have a drop of white Caucasian blood in you.
It won't matter if you have money. When a white cop wants to teach you a lesson and he sees you as the end person, you know,
a privileged end person, how dare
you're gonna get it. You're really gonna get it. So I've never really looked at this point of view of biracial kids who have white mom. I've never looked at it like that.
Another thing one of them said is that how she had a fallout with her mom, and this is because when she was when these cases like Breonna Taylor were happening, and because she relates so much with that community because she's also partly black, her mother started calling her racist towards white people. This is your own mother who birthed you, she knew she was birthing a half black baby.
She should have taken it upon herself to go and learn the history of black people, especially because she was going to have a black baby.
Yeah, but she continues to walk in her ignorance and would rather call you a racist person for standing up for what is right for the black community. There's that.
And when another kid says white women fail to realize what this does to their biracial kids, my opinion is they don't fail to realize, they choose to continue walking in their ignorance because they're not the ones who have to live with being black.
Yeah, and there was that lady in the gray jacket who really broke my heart. Hugs, sending virtual hugs to her even if I don't know her, and she mentioned something about her mom talking about how black people are disgusting, how everybody is free and equal to get opportunities, yet black people choose to take aid from the government and lazy around. And you know,
this woman she's not even sensitive to talking like this in front of her kid. You know, you have a black baby. Colored women, please stop having babies if you're not ready to walk them through the life of a real struggles of a black person. Just take the time to, if you really want to jump in the trend of having a biracial kid because Kim Kardashian has a biracial kid, at least go out of your way to learn their struggles and help them walk through their struggles. You will never understand it, but learn how to make yourself tolerant.
And I'm asking myself, what kind of a mother, seriously, you have a kid, you realize you don't know how to do this child's hair, and you just let the kid be shabby like that just because you don't know how to do her her hair. The man who had a baby with this woman, surely, where are you? Why did you allow this to happen to your kid?
Yes, man.
Did you not know the kind of woman you are having a baby with?
This woman is just lazy. That woman, the mother, must be lazy and dirty to let your kid be dirty like that because you don't know how to take care of the hair.
Yeah.
So you choose to let her be dirty and be bullied for being dirty and be bullied for her hair. And you are the one who went to seek out a black man to have a baby with the black man because it was a trend for you.
You know, personally, I say, okay, it's not a must for you to learn how to do black hair, although you're having a black baby. What I say is, if you can't take your time out in your busy schedule or your lazy self to go and learn, take this baby to a black-owned salon. Take your baby to the salon, a black-owned salon. Let them teach her the black ways.
That is what they don't want, because they want the kid to grow up in their ways. You know, they want to whiteify the black baby, you know.
And what you're forgetting is, no matter how much you whiteify this baby, if you take her to a room full of white-colored people, they're not going to see her
as one of you.
Exactly. You're the only one who sees her as a white person
and demands her to act as such.
Yeah, because you're still in your denial.
Or you are experimenting. You're conducting your social experiment of how you can whiteify a black baby. Anyway, this is a hot topic, and I understand I'm not a mom, but yo guys, moms, both white, no, okay, white, black, whatever, whoever you want to
moms, if you're watching, let us know what you think about this episode, and without invalidating anybody's feelings, because that is what these kids have been going through all their life,
being invalidated, their feelings being invalidated by their white moms. You guys tell us, do you agree with their point of view? I personally feel like some white moms don't go out of their ways to learn black culture so that they can at least try to help this black baby.
Right. Another thing,
they build to be white supremacists.
Another thing, you know, when a white man marries a black woman and they go ahead and have a baby, do you know that white man can walk away, never look back, and he'll still know where he's going, that his baby is safe and well and taken care of. Because a black woman will know what to do.
A black woman will know what to do with that hair. She won't let the kid walk all shabby if she's a responsible woman.
Right. But what I'm asking myself is, where does a black man get the audacity to fully let a white woman raise his baby
knowing full well
the system they've been raised
in, and knowing full well as a black man the struggles you go through in America, especially the danger you face for being a black man with the police. You consciously walk away, leave your black baby. You know, even if you've fallen out of love with the mother and you have nothing to do with the mother, please don't forget that you've also left behind a child. Don't forget that child, because you're the only doorway to this child having a black experience and understanding her black side and knowing how to act in society when it comes to her blackness.
Yeah, otherwise society will teach her in a very difficult way that she is black.
That she is black, yeah. Because she'll grow up believing she's white until she meets
people who tell her she's not.
Yeah, until she meets Craig from Georgia. Anyway, you guys, let us know what you think about this episode. And please, if you're new here, consider subscribing to our channel and share this video with someone who you think it might be beneficial to them. But otherwise, see you in our next episode.